Welcome, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. This is ACIM Lesson 158. Today, we're going to put all of our focus onto a single, incredibly profound concept from A Course in Miracles. We're going to take this source material, which, let's be honest, can sometimes feel a bit dense or esoteric, and we're going to break it down completely to find its core meaning. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a really deep, practical understanding of a principle that can literally shift how you interact with the world around you.
And the exact lesson we're unpacking today is this. Today, I learned to give as I receive. Now, on the surface, that sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? It just sounds like basic reciprocity. But in the context of this philosophy, it is a massive metaphysical puzzle. It challenges basically everything we think we know about interacting with other people, about what we actually have to give, and even about the nature of reality itself. But don't worry, we are going to solve that puzzle together.
Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap so you know exactly where we're headed. We'll move through 5 steps. 1. An introduction to Lesson 158. 2. What you have received. 3. How time is an illusion. 4. Practicing Christ's vision. And 5. Giving as you receive.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Introduction to Lesson 158. So, to even begin to understand how to give as we receive, we first have to figure out what we actually are. And the source establishes your true identity with breathtaking clarity. It says, you are purely mind. You are in mind, and you are purely mind. According to ACIM, you are sinless forever and wholly unafraid because you were created out of love. Furthermore, it states that you have never left your source, you remain exactly as you were created. I mean, think about how radical that is. Beneath all the daily stress, the mistakes, the physical aches, and the anxieties, your baseline state is pure, unchangeable, and rooted entirely in love. This isn't something you have to earn. It's knowledge that was given to you, and it's knowledge that you literally cannot lose.
And here's a really crucial addition. This isn't just a special privilege for some select few. The lesson is incredibly specific here. It states that this knowledge was given to every living thing. In fact, it's by this underlying knowledge alone that everything actually lives. No one walking this world lacks this fundamental truth at their core. You have received all this. Everyone has.
Which brings us right into Section 2, what you have received. So you might be wondering, if creation has already given us this ultimate state of being, what are we actually supposed to be learning to give today? Well, the text makes this fascinating distinction between two things, experience and vision. The ultimate revelation, that experience of total oneness, it can't be taught, it can't be learned. The material explains that this experience is unlearned, untaught, and unseen. It just arrives at its appointed time, determined by the mind itself. We can't just force that ultimate spiritual experience onto someone else. But then we have vision. Vision is our gift. Vision actually can be taught, and it can be given directly to anyone who asks. So our concern today isn't about trying to force some massive enlightenment. Our concern is entirely with attaining and giving vision.
And that shifts us into Section 3, Time is an illusion. Okay, before we can fully grasp how to use this vision, we have to make a really big mental shift in how we view reality. Let this quote sink in for a second. Time is a trick, a sleight of hand, a vast illusion in which figures come and go as if by magic. This philosophy is suggesting that time, exactly as we experience it, is fundamentally misleading. It feels incredibly real to us, day in and day out, sure, but the lesson points out that there is an unchanging plan behind all these shifting appearances. The script is already written.
To put that into perspective, the text reveals that time only seems to go in one direction. But in reality, we're basically just undertaking a journey that is already over. It's kind of like you're sitting in a movie theater watching a film you've already seen, but you somehow have amnesia. You're sitting there gripping the armrests, totally stressed out about what's going to happen next in the present illusion. But the film is already in the can. The ending is already secure. ACIM suggests we're only seeing the journey from the point at which it ended, looking back on it, mentally reviewing what has already gone by. The exact moment when your doubting will end has already been set. We are just reviewing the illusion. And honestly, this concept is meant to bring us a profound sense of peace, because it means the pressure is ultimately off. Moving right along to Section 4, Practicing Christ's Vision.
So, if the journey is over and time is just a trick, what on earth are we supposed to do right now? Here is the core practical action. Christ's vision has one strict, unbending law. It does not look upon a physical body and mistake it for the pure creation of God. I mean, think about how wildly different that is from our normal daily lives. We are constantly judging people by their physical bodies, their actions, their words, their mistakes, but this vision looks completely past all of that. It beholds a pure, unseparated light beyond the body. It sees a purity that is totally undimmed by errors or pitiful mistakes or fearful thoughts. It sees absolutely no separation. It looks on everyone and every circumstance without the slightest fading of its light.
So the crucial point is how we actually do this in real life. These esoteric ideas are broken down into 3 exact actionable steps that we have to teach ourselves today. Step 1, see no one as a body. Literally look right past the physical shell and all those ego-driven behaviors. Step 2, greet them internally as the pure creation they truly are. And step 3, acknowledge that they are entirely one with you in holiness. This framework is telling us we have to recognize that the physical world can't give us anything that even faintly compares to the value of this vision. This right here is the holy gift you're being asked to give today.
Which leads us to our final core concept, Section 5, giving as you receive.
So why is it so vital that we give this gift of vision? Because when you look at someone with this vision, you are practicing ultimate forgiveness. But wait, this isn't the kind of everyday forgiveness where you say, well, you did a terrible thing, but I guess I'll let it slide. No, this principle reveals that this vision has the power to overlook sins entirely. Because you're seeing the pure, unchangeable holiness beneath the person's mistakes, those sins merely disappear. It literally doesn't matter what form they took, or how enormous the hurt appeared to be, or who seemed to be hurt. The philosophy maintains that unseen by this vision, those errors are just gone. All the negative effects they seem to have are completely undone, as if they never happened.
And this is where the whole thing clicks together beautifully. It's like a mirror. The text tells us that in your brother, you only see yourself. If you look at someone else and choose to see them as just a body lost in sin, making mistakes, being terrible, you are inherently binding yourself to that exact same state. You'll see yourself as lost in sin. But if you practice vision and see the light in them, your own sins have been forgiven by yourself. Every single person you meet today is simply providing you another chance to let this vision shine on you and to offer you true peace. Which brings us full circle, right back to our starting point, but now with a completely new understanding. Today I learn to give as I receive. We learn that we cannot experience our own absolute purity, our own sinless nature as pure mind, unless we are actively giving that exact recognition to everyone else. By the holy gifts we give to others, this vision looks upon ourselves as well. The very act of giving forgiveness is the exact mechanism by which you receive it. They aren't two separate events, right? They're a single, simultaneous reflection of divine love. All right, to quickly recap what we've unpacked in this explainer. First, remember your true baseline. We are purely mind created out of love. Second, don't get stressed out by the illusion of the journey. Time is a trick and the ending is already set. Third, your practical job today is to look past the physical body and see the unchanging light in others. And finally, recognize the profound mirror of reality. Forgiving others is exactly how you heal yourself. So, I'll leave you with this final thought as you go about your day. When you cross paths with the person who frustrates you the absolute most today, who are you going to choose to see? Will you see a body making mistakes in an illusion of time, or will you offer them the vision that sets you both completely free? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep practicing, and I'll catch you next time.